Hi, welcome back to this channel. I'm actually excited to make this video, and it's not like the typical thing we do. We do it, yes, but this one is kind of special to me because I will be reviewing the number one movie on Netflix right now. Yes, if you've not seen that movie, well, buckle up because I'm about to drop a review and my opinions on that movie. And I want it to be very interactive, guys, in the comment section. If you do not agree with any of the things I'm going to say in this video, you can let me know. And if you do agree, you can also comment, what the spot is for you, what part of the movie you actually really enjoyed watching. I'm going to, wait for you to do that. Now, the movie I want to review is one produced by Femi Adebayo, and it is directed by Adebayo Tijani and Tokwe Adebayo, who also had a brief appearance in that movie. It starred Lateef Adedimeji, Femi Adebayo himself. It starred Faithia Balogun Williams. We saw Bukumi Oluwashino, Dele Odule. We saw a lot of our stars. In fact, Femi Adebayo's father also featured in that movie. We saw Pejo Gomola. Dayo Musa. I can't begin to mention the number of, A-list artists in the Yoruba industry that featured in that film. And that's something I love about Femi Adebayo's movie. He gave us the same thing in that movie Ageshin Kole, and he did what's this man's name now? Kunle Afalayan also does something similar in his movies. He tries to bring all these, our veterans, our legends in the industry, and they are on the big screens because now Nollywood is going beyond or just being on local channels. They are now going big, and it's just really beautiful to see them bringing persons that made us fall in love with Nigerian storytelling, seeing them on the big screen and just making money. That's just really beautiful to see. So, having said all of that, let's get into the movie Jagun. Now, Jagun follows the story of basically a warrior. Jagun is actually a warrior in English. It follows the story of a warrior, Ogundiji, played by Femi Adebayo himself, who has so much power. Now, I'm not reading you the plot of the movie that is online. I'm just telling you what I think that movie, my own idea of that, like how it spoke to me, And he's a warlord, he's a warrior, he has so much power. And then there is this man from a local village who also is trying to train to be a warrior, and it follows the story of betrayal, being power drunk, basically betrayal, being power drunk, and the consequences basically of your action. It's really beautiful. The interpretation of role made a lot of sense. And then the Major Lateef played, I don't know, should I call him, it's not a supporting character, it's more, we have like two lead characters basically in the movie, but you can say that it was the supporting, but it was also a lead character. Yeah, so himself and Femi Adebayo really carried that movie. They did amazing things. In fact, it was said that Adedimeji Lateef suffered injury on set while training, and he had to really overextend himself to train how to fight, just to make all of that really relatable. Now, one thing that I love about that movie, aside from the storyline that is really phenomenal, by the way, there are things you can see in that movie that just resonates to you. It just shows how you just keep looking for power over and over again. Once you get power, it's just like how it's actually sort of politically inclined. Also, there is a scene in that movie towards the end where Botija, that Adedimeji Lateef's character, came into the town, or where the training school basically, with the body of Agemo, that's Kiton, played by Bukumi Oluwashino, and he gave a powerful speech about using people, and people now becoming people fighting themselves due to the manipulation of their leader. And that kind of spoke to the situation of things in Nigeria. Honestly, I feel like there's a lot of political undertone in this movie, where when you start getting power, you start looking for more power, and that's what eventually will drive you crazy. As we saw, that was what led to the fall of Ogundiji, at least in my own opinion. The need for power, the need to continually be the one that is spoken about, the one that is on top. The envy for Botija started when he achieved a feat that only he the record that only he has held, since time immemorial. And then it was fed this narrative, and he just wanted to see his downfall, and that was what further quickly spiraled his own downfall. And using his wife Fethi Balogun's womb to get power. Okay, that's a spoiler. And I said I wasn't going to give a spoiler, but that movie is one that will actually have you thinking. It's one that you will love. The FX made sense. Akim Effect, I've always loved that man. His FX work made a lot of sense, realistic. You can't really fault it. The way they did the capturing of the movie, the drone shots, the overview, the wide angle view, it's just really amazing. That a lot of work went into it. And for it to even be streaming on Netflix immediately, not even going to cinema first, exclusively on Netflix, that a lot of work and a lot of money was spent to make that movie. And that is another thing that makes it really beautiful. For me to now see the acceptance of Nigerians or people around the world, people accepting that movie and being interested in seeing it. Another thing that they didn't disappoint on is subtitling. I was really looking at it. There's a lot of things, even with even with English movies. I mean, Nigerian movies where they speak English language, when they try to subtitle, the subtitling is still really drab. But the subtitling for Jagun Jagun made a lot of sense. You wouldn't see error in the subtitle. Believe me, I really did look for it, but you wouldn't see error. The person that did the subtitling for I can't remember the person's name now, but they did a very good job, and that's beautiful. You can tell that a lot of work went into post-production, and I feel like that's a part where Nigerians are not quick to spend money. You shoot a movie in a month, and then in the next month the movie is out for the public to view. It's like, did you people even do post-production at all, or were you already post-producing while you were shooting? But you can tell that Jagun Jagun, Femi Adebayo, actually put a lot of effort and time into that, and is quickly building a name for himself as a phenomenal filmmaker. Femi Adebayo has been acting since it was a child, and I feel like at this point, if he's able to put out such amazing movies that can rival the works of Kunle Afolayan, them other amazing movie makers in Nigeria, Niyi Akimolayon, Hansel's production, and Biodun Stevens' work, you can say that he has earned it. And I like that he's also trying to get into the epic movie production, not your typical everyday storyline that we get in on the big screens. Is going into epic movies depicting the Yoruba language beautifully. I feel like that's just really amazing to see. Guys, I don't really have a critic. I don't have what's the word now, anything to really critic about the movie. Of course, there are some things you can't give it like a 10 over 10. I mean, I feel like it's going to be very, very harsh of me to not say that movie is an A+ movie. Casting was good. The characters played their games really well. I can't really fault that movie. The storyline made sense, but I don't know about the part 2 thingy. People saying that the character of Ibrahim Chata that popped up at the last scene is that of his son, who Adebayo revealed that he had, in the course of the movie. So I just want to see how that's going to play. I don't know. I feel like they did what Blood Sisters did. Blood Sisters, the movie that was on Netflix, the series, limited series on Netflix. I think they are also filming a part 2 now. They left it open such that if they receive enough accolade, they can easily, there's a story they can build on. And I think that's what Jagun Jagun also did. That's what Femi Adebayo did with Jagun Jagun. It gave us a part where if you really like the acceptance of this first part is going to determine if it's going to build up on that story. And it also gave us an ending that is not so closed, an ending where you get to have a discussion around it and talk about. That's like what Nolan did with Oppenheimer. Yeah, that movie is in cinema. So see, we are able to even reference other amazing movies thanks, we are in this Jagun Jagun movie. I think that's really amazing. He did a good job. At some point I was like, am I watching Spartacus? What was all this fight? It was really lovely. It was really lovely. And let me know in the comment section, because there's this movie by Funke Akindele that also had amazing fight scene that I said I really liked. But Agashinkole's fight scene, Jagun Jagun's fight scene made a lot of sense. Made a whole lot of sense. It was really amazing to see, guys. So this is me saying, if you've not seen Jagun Jagun, go and see Jagun Jagun. Let Femi Adebayo make money. If he makes money from this movie, he has not cheated us. He deserves to earn our money for giving us this kind of entertainment. I was entertained when I saw it, and I hope you will also be when you see this movie. And if you've seen it and you don't agree with my what I've said, please let me know in the comment section. Let me mention though that it's not it gets a build up, because in the beginning a lot of things they were trying to put a lot of things together, so the build up is kind of slow. The first 10-15 minutes, you might not really get what's happening. It might seem like, okay, this is just nonsense. But I promise you, just push through the first, say, 20 minutes. You will get to like it. Then all of the different villages being shown is going to make sense. I mean, it's really amazing, because it went from the past to the present and then it showed the future. It's a body of work. Just like a Christopher Nolan's movie. I'm serious. But yeah, just see it. Let me know what you think. So just push through. It's a 2 hours long movie, so of course you're not going to expect that you're going to get into the crux of the matter immediately. For a 2 hours movie, it has to build up to something, and that was what Femi Adebayo gave us in this movie. So yeah, I think I've done enough talk about it. I feel like I just came to sell the movie in this video. But if you don't agree, like I mentioned, keep it respectful in the comment section, and you can let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take